Oh, hello, hi, yes, MCC news time. Now, I've not been around for much of the weekend. Most of the stuff that's gone out has been scheduled. So there's been a few stories that I did want to cover. And now, obviously, being Monday is a time that I want to cover it. So it's the 7th of August, 2017. It's Monday, and it's MCC news time. First story I want to cover is the extent of arena scores for getting Green Goblin. My god, 17 million. We're back up to this kind of state of affairs where it's a high cutoff again. And it's one of these things where you just don't know how much hype the character has, or champion even, that constitutes a 17 million point kind of prize pool for winning. It just kind of boggles the mind, really. I can understand and I do appreciate the fact that Arena is all about high competitive nature, so people are going to be putting in high scores to compete with one another. However, though, 17 million is a lot of points that someone has gone in order to kind of grind in. Even reading that someone in, I think it was on the forums, said they put in 17.1 mil flat and lost out at a chance for getting Green Goblin. That is hugely disappointing and really sad. If you kind of consider that somebody's weekend is kind of built up getting this champion, and to lose out quite by the narrowest of margins, it is really disappointing. And if you compare that to a character like Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, who really was a kind of a champion that a lot of people weren't surprised at how good he was, and then he became incredibly hyped, which obviously gathered a bit of momentum behind him, especially for the fact that he was played quite well against in the Web Slinger challenge, and so people were like, hey, this is a tried and improved champion that's incredibly effective, so therefore people really went full ham to get him. So that's another thing where you're just going to go like, oh, the 17 mil to 15 mil. But then if you look at the lower hyped and you can look at characters like Vulture, and Vulture only going for 10.95 million, maybe there should be something that's put in place, because we still have this extensive problem about huge arena scores being put in, but 17.1 million to get a champion. I really do hope that it doesn't go any further than this, because this will get into that 20 mil territory that really put off players to begin with. There's something really needs to be done in order to kind of reduce these down, but obviously congratulations to those who put the hard effort in to get said champion. Another bit of news is the inflated PI values on champions and green glow on non-boosted champions. Obviously, with the release of 14.0, there was an extensive amount of bugs and issues. Unbelievable the amount of kind of like bugs that came in out of the game. And Trocos put together this fantastic little GIF, which was from The Simpsons, where Homer's put a box above his head and a load of bugs fall on him, and with the name Kabam on. And that just kind of rings true that a lot of things have been not, clean. Like I don't think we've seen, Kabam have like this hit and miss ratio where one update seems to be really kind of solid, and then the next one seems to be a little bit choppy. It's like righting the wrongs of the previous. And it really takes an extensive amount of kind of effort, I think, to obviously understand to get it right. But it's important to get it right for the players and playing experience alone. And as well with the PI rises, we're seeing health, we're seeing attack kind of improvements, and this will be balanced out at some point. So if you're kind of going, hey, my champion's got a lot more kind of attack, a lot more health points, that might go soon. So, enjoy it while it lasts, with a potential improvement to this coming at some point next week. Let's hope that doesn't bring any more bugs. Our next story is that this deal is currently running in the game. Now, any deal that's in the game, it's up to you, the player, whether or not you can afford to buy this, or you can afford to buy this, and whether or not you're going to buy it or not. It's your choice. Tier 4 class Catalyst Crystal, 9,000 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst Fragments, 20 Tier 4 class Catalyst Fragment Crystals. And it's, it's a deal. It's difficult to put any of this thing with a pricing scheme with it, except for the fact that 9,000 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst Fragments may be the only thing that brings you close to wanting this deal, based on the fact that Tier 4 class Catalysts in general can be obtained more easily in the game, as they used to be a lot harder, but it is a lot more easier now. So the choice is yours, not a deal for me. Our next story broke on Saturday, and it was a very peculiar thing that came from the MCOC Infobot. Obviously, in light of the recent kind of stories about people being banned for whatever reason and account sharing, This was kind of peculiar. So it starts off by saying about the service, and it's talking about account improvement services and about taking you past the next bump in the road to take your game to the next level and offering new lower prices. And it says, we guarantee that you will not be banned for mod use while using AIS, because no one on our team needs to use them. It's talking about the mod use in order to kind of like increase damage stuff, and it kind of alert Kabam to attention to whatever account is being used based on potential things to kind of improve your game. But you know, you look like you're completely obliterating the enemy. We are 200 improvements in, and none of our clients have been banned as a result of the service we provide for them. The offered services are Labyrinth of Legends, Arena, Legends title, story or event completion, special requests. The entire team has been vetted and the long-time service providers for the MCC community. Ultimately, the decision is yours if you want to take the plunge, but these guys know what they're doing. Thanks for using MCC Infobot. So this then brought up a whole host of different things, which, you know, was a bit kind of like, what's this all about? And if you kind of then look towards the forum, and on this forum post, it says it's basically like alerting people to the fact that there's been something going on, and this is by obviously this post here, which I'll put the link in the description. So it's saying about, oh yeah, wouldn't it be like a bannable offense? Why is MCC Infobot offering those? And there's a whole host of kind of conversations, and Kabam Mike even says, follow the advice of your fellow players, do not use these services, they are still a violation of our terms of service and are bannable offences. So what it's implying by that message from MCC Infobot is that indeed that they have been able to get away with this first 200 times, and these people have not been banned. And obviously I'm not going to kind of go full ham on this. I'm just basically going to stipulate what exactly was said. And even MCC Infobot says that as a follow-up to our most recent broadcast regarding services being offered, please refer to this thread where Kabam Mike has this to offer, which just basically highlights that. So it kind of negates the first part, and you know, there's no kind of message to say that this is a service that they're not going to offer as a result, but still is it's kind of peculiar after all of this kind of big banning story. So hopefully we get clarification whether or not MCC Infobot is actually going to be continue running this, or you know, what is the kind of case of affairs with why they decided to kind of run that as a thing. I understand that the kind of MCC Infobot has to make some sort of kind of comeback and money from this. You know, they're running an excellent service on here for everything else, reminding us about the tier 4 basics, reminding us about the dual credits, a whole host of things, which and even like the extensive work they did to kind of let us know about when these quests were on for the Spider-Man events. You know, they do a great service. I just don't want to see them get either kind of like annoyed by the situation and say, you know, we're unhappy, we still want to offer this to people. But likewise, I don't want any of the people that contribute to the MCC Infobot get in trouble as well. So hopefully it's all kind of like clean living from now on. And it wouldn't be MCC news without me bigging myself up or kind of talking about a video that I've done, which I think could be quite helpful. So this video here, which is called Quick Ways to Get Units, Revives and Health Potions, and it's kind of a quick guide for people that go, oh yeah, can you send me some revives or send me some health potions. It kind of goes away kind of like quick ideas in order to kind of get stuff that's going to be helpful to you, whether or not it's grinding out an arena, where it's not looking at your solo quest, but kind of collecting resources and utilizing your knowledge a bit better. A lot of people say that it's stating the obvious, but a lot of people don't understand the obvious, and it's like it's handy for people in some ways. So it's my first guide back from doing them for a long time, so if you could give it some love and attention, that would be fantastic, and the link is in the description below. And we'll end here with our final story, and it's a kind of a light-hearted look. We've covered some serious topics, and in particular this was posted by Legends Forged in the forum, and it has these kind of like two pictures here, which is like Pepper Potts is wearing the same or similar t-shirt here with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's like, explain this before I kill you. And it's a humorous take, and you know, what happened? Did she do the Spider Nasty with him? You know, she just wasn't interested in the Metal Man. Instead, it was all about the web shooter. So, yeah, thought it was a light-hearted take there. If you enjoyed any of the stuff, then obviously the links are in the description below. So thanks very much for watching this MCOC news. I have not done very much this weekend, and I am behind on so many things. And the headache is nearly cleared, so that's something. Lots of drinking, lots of eating. So back to the content, back to the grind, as we all do. And let's push through to the 16th of August when everything gets a little bit crazy with these arenas. So bring it on, and catch you on the flip side. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all that fancy stuff. Bye bye.